Hello, thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For this week's read, for the main part of the read, I'm using the Astro Matrix Tarot. Here's the box. And astromatrix.org is the website on the back. Hopefully that'll focus. I don't think there was like a creator. There should have been. I don't know. Either my brain skipped a beat or it's just not there. If you go there and you want the deck, though, go there. I didn't see like a creator. It's just dawning on me now. For the support of Oracle cards, you are Clairvoyant Oracle Cards by Belinda Grace, illustrations by Elaine Marzin. Website on the back here is rockpoolpublishing.com.au, A as an apple, U as an umbrella. I have updated dice. So I have a 22-sided dice I'm going to use for the major arcana. I'm using number 22 as the Fool, so I'm making that adaptation. And I get a 14-sided dice for the minor arcana, and I use a 4-sided dice to choose the element it's going to represent. And mathartfun.com is the website for that one. Hopefully you can see that website if you're interested. Okay, and with that, if you would like a reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information that's below, same email. And let's go on to your read. Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Gemini? The Judgment card has a phoenix on it, though. So it's very interesting. Rising from the ashes kind of thing. It's a very interesting Judgment card. Because when I feel it, it feels more like, you know, we've already gone through the rough part, and now this is the part where we start making it go our way. What is going on with that? Alright, the whole deck? Are we doing the whole deck? The whole deck? Alright, this is a Gemini reading. I know that. This is like hot cold at the same time. Having what you want and at the same time not liking it. It's kind of like having your favorite dinner with somebody you really detest. Or vice versa. Having the worst dinner with somebody you love. Which is probably better. I would think that was better. I just realized I kept shuffling those. So, what's going on here is a good question. There have been random moments in the past, I don't know what's going on with my face. Somebody else did something. Did somebody else make this better, or? Okay. Somebody else did something. All right, that's so vague. Like, what else? Like, somebody else came forward and they reset the system almost. Not totally, but like enough of it that like it kind of shook up the situation. And it was a situation that was kind of difficult. You were still succeeding, but it was kind of difficult. Then somebody came in, and when they came up and shook up the apple cart, it stopped going to your favor. It didn't disappear. The situation didn't stop, but it wasn't going to your favor, at least not as much as it used to. I feel like I don't like thinking about this. I don't like this whole energy. Because whoever this is that did this, I feel like they're kind of brutal. They do what they want. They move it the way they want it to. I feel like you even tried to say something and it didn't go well. In some version, it didn't go well. This is starting to change. There's another energy coming in that's more compatible to you. It's ironic. That's another piece of the problem here. It's not that this energy is not compatible with you. It just didn't care what you wanted. I think that's another piece of it. It's not that you're not compatible with this, whoever this was that came right in and did what they wanted. They just literally didn't care what you wanted. Just was not even a thought. And when you tried to say something, it just didn't go well. Either they ignored you or they were not nice to you, or one of the two. Somebody else who's more of a fan of you is coming forward. it's just ironic because I feel like all these energies are compatible, but it's not just about being compatible. It's like people who actually like you. It's not, you may fit together with these people the way you work, the way they work, but if they don't care what you think or feel, it doesn't, you know what I mean? I feel like you get it. Because somebody else is coming in, and they seem to have been paying attention. They seem to have been watching you. When I get the meditation, it's like somebody sees value in you, and they seem to be able to just decipher. Geminis are smart. I feel like they get a bad rap because people don't understand Geminis a lot of times, because the way you explain things, the level you're at, it just goes right over their head. And instead of thinking it's above their head, they just think that you're not that intelligent, which is not true. But there are the people who do kind of like, they can sift through it and they realize that you know what you're doing, you know what's going on, and you can see all the different ways of doing something. And there's just those people who understand that like you are very smart. I just feel, maybe I'm wrong, I mean, I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments, but I feel like you're not like appreciated or understood, or like people just don't expect very much from you. But and then when you do pull ahead, I feel like people get a little their nose gets out of joint, because like, how does Gemini pulling ahead? How's that happening? Like, must be pure luck. Like, they don't understand that you actually are smart. You do know what's going on. It's not always, but I do think that a lot of Geminis have a hard time translating that over to other people. Unless they're high intelligence too. Higher intelligence people, they seem to get it, but they also like. I may have some Gemini traits. There's in question because of certain things, but anyway, because I've done it myself, where people who know me, who are really good friends of mine, say that I skip pieces of a conversation without realizing it, but they know what goes in those pieces. It's like I'll start telling you about a cake, and I won't tell you about the butter and eggs that went in the cake. But it's like, you know that went in there, so I don't realize I skipped it, but that's partly why my brain's like, well, obviously that's in there. So I just kind of skip it without realizing I skipped it. I don't know. You tell me if that's how that works for Gemini. I don't know. Because I feel like I didn't realize I did it until other people pointed it out. So like, oh, okay. So somebody is seeing you, and they want you, because you can help the situation go into a better time. I'm getting this rising from the ashes energy, and it might be how you feel about it. Kind of like, I feel like I haven't been appreciated for very long, or like I've just been kind of here doing what other people want and not getting what I want. And this person, whoever this is a very compatible energy. It's the Justice card that can be Libra. It doesn't have to be. But Libras are very intelligent too, and they have their own way of working through things. Whoever it is wants your help, and in conjunction work with you to move this situation to a better time, to where other people also get their fair share. That's usually something with the Justice card too. Like, it's not fair that one person just gets all the bounty. It needs to be shared. Everybody putting in the work deserves their share. And this energy seems to be wanting that. By going into this, though, it does feel like... It feels like it's a risk, for one. Let me start with that. It feels like it's a risk. Kind of like there's only so much I can do, because, I know what's going on and I can see what should be done, but there's only so much I can do by myself. Other people have to add into this too. I can help and I can do what I need to do, but there's only so much I can do. There's also this energy of like, I'm kind of adding in to the mass here, and it's like I'm a part of this team. And it's kind of like, this team is going to move forward, and it's like, do I really trust this team to really think about me and work for me too? Like, there's going to be things here I don't want to do that I have to do for other people. As long as it comes back my way too, and I get my fair share, okay. But is this really going to happen, or is this going to be a repeat of a story from the past where I do for them, they forget about me, and I'm just like screwed? I feel like for somebody I feel like for a lot of you that might be true. Like, I've done this before. I've worked with the group. I've made sure the group thrived. And then when I want something, it's just, oh, we're not doing that anymore. Oh, sorry, the ship sailed and you weren't on it. Sorry. But I did my part. I helped you guys move forward. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. We're not doing that anymore. I feel like this, I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt. I just feel like that's happened to a lot of you. But I'm sure in the comments you'll let me know if that's right or not. Your energy's coming forward soon, because I feel like you're naturally just kind of jiving with this, because I do think that when somebody appreciates you and sees you for the intelligence you truly have, I just feel like people underestimate you so much that when somebody legitimately sees you and honors you the way they should, it's hard to not go in that direction because it feels good. So I feel like you're naturally going to go in this direction. It's a long haul. Do we want to talk about this yet? Because I see you kind of moving in that direction. And there's something that has to be overcome first. Is that the world coming in the Ten of Swords. Okay. You have to deal with the devil. So there's a long-term plan that's going to have to be worked through. You're not in this by yourself. But the devil's not going to be really happy about this, even though the Knight of Pentacles is compatible with the devil. The devil is an earth card. Sometimes the devil talks about Capricorn energy, earth energy, has a lot of boundaries and has very severe consequences for crossing such boundaries. It's kind of like, the devil is the one that, like, if you step on their toe, they punch you in the face for everything they're worth. They're like, how dare you? But they're also the ones, you play within the rules, you do it the way they think it should be done, and they'll honor you the way they feel like you've honored them. So it's one of those things. Very swift, very, very, very harsh boundaries. So I feel like we're working through this energy. It doesn't have to be a Capricorn person, because I'm not feeling... Capricorn will negotiate to a point, but I'm not feeling that with this. I feel like something's coming in here where we're moving on from this energy. It's taking a while to completely disconnect it and move it into a different direction. It feels like a long story. I don't know. It feels like it. I'd like it to go faster. It's just not. But as it's slowly moving, I feel like doors are opening for you. Okay. You got the High Priestess on the dice again. And then you got the Knight of Cups reversed. Okay, so I'm working through it. And I'm helping. I see your energy. The Lover's card is sometimes the Gemini card. So your energy is in full swing. The problem is I'm going in a direction and I realize that I'm helping the group move forward. I'm not getting what I want right now. I wasn't expecting to, though. I wasn't expecting to. And I feel like you're not expecting to at this point. So you know what's going on. It's not like, I was expecting to get something and now I'm just helping other people and nothing's happening. It's not there. It's kind of like at this point I'm going to have to help fix the situation. It's like we have to fix the bus before we can take a trip on the bus. So it's like I'm working to fix the bus so we can use the bus. And when we can use the bus, then my turn will come up. But right now I'm working on helping fix the bus. And I don't really love this part. It's not really something I'm happy about. But I'm like, I know I have to do it if I want to be a part of this group and I want to get out of this situation and I want things to improve. So it's kind of like, I'll do it. I feel like I need to do it. Don't really like it, but it's like, it's for the betterment. Looks like it's going to go in the right direction. I'm not doing it by myself. You should not be doing this by yourself. There should be more of a group effort. If you are doing this by yourself, I would say that's a very bright red flag. Rethink this whole situation if you end up doing this by yourself, because something's off. Because as I keep going forward, you got to be careful that you're not the one that starts leading the situation. Not that it's bad to be the leader, but this isn't the situation for you to lead. Be aware of how much you talk and how much people are listening. In the sense of maybe somebody else is saying we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But if you're the one with all the ideas and you're the one with all the intel and you're the one with all the plans, and somebody else is saying, okay, we'll do what Gemini said. Yep, let's do what Gemini said. So it's like I'm not technically the leader, but you are the leader, even though you're not. If that makes sense, I feel like you know what I mean. Without you, there is no plan. You know what I mean? And they're just kind of you're saying something, and they're taking it either as their own, and it's kind of like you're saying the sky is blue and we're gonna fly through the sky, and they're like, okay, you stay over here, Gemini, stay out of the way. By the way, guys, the sky is blue and we're gonna fly through the sky, and it's they're just repeating what you're saying. Be aware of that. If that happens, bright red flag. Just saying, that's a problem. But if they're kind of like, all right, Gemini said this, Gemini's given us all this information, that person over there told us this, I think this, and we're seeing this person over there said they saw that, so we're going to take all this information together, and we're working together to move forward, and we're combining all the information we have. That's good. That is good. And like, all right, now that we know what we need to do, Gemini will do this person will do that, they'll do that, and I'll do this, and we'll all do our fair share moving forward, and we'll all move forward as a group. But you shouldn't be the one with the total intel, making the plan, and somebody else is just executing your plan. That should not be what's happening here. It should be melding with other information. It should be mixing with other people. Be aware of that. If I'm telling you, if you're the one that's kind of leading everything and making all the plans, and somebody else is just executing it, it's a red flag. Look at it a little closer. What should be going on with this too is what should be going on is very ironic, because at the same time you're loving it and you're hating it. This is where I said it's hot cold. You got the Ace of Cups with the Three of Swords. That Devil card, I don't see it disappearing. I thought the card was ripped because of that white spot at the top, but it's not. So it's interesting. The Devil is not disappearing. It's not. Whoever this is not disappearing. I was hoping they would, but they're not. I think that's the Three of Swords, because we have to keep bartering or working with that devil energy. And at some point, we're going to get more used to it. We're going to have different boundaries, and we're going to get more accustomed to what's going on, because I see that devil energy going into the Hierophant energy. You're loving it and hating it at the same time. Just in case you're wondering, the way I'm looking at this is, all right, sometimes the devil card talks about Capricorn. Sometimes the Hierophant talks about Taurus. Both earth signs. The Hierophant is the leader of Earth. I would say this is like the Knight. So if you have the three signs of Earth, I would view Virgo as the Page, Capricorn as the Knight, and then the Hierophant as like the King and Queen energy. Just to be fair, in case that helps for some reason, if you're looking at it and wondering why I'm saying that. Once you get used to it, it's very ironic, because I feel like I really start to like it, because it's kind of like when if you go for a walk outside and you're like, certain places at certain times are an issue. Like for example, I love dogs, but there's certain places on my road where people let their dogs run free and they don't really like people. So I just don't go in those areas, or I pick and choose when I do. I feel like I'm learning how to navigate it, and I'm like, all right, this area, that's not going to be so good. This is easier. I'm going to keep working over here. I have to address that every now and then, so I will when I need to, but I'm very careful when I go over there. So I have to go down this road, and there's an animal that's not very friendly. So I bring people with me, or I go past it, or I pay attention. I have maybe some spray that will keep them away from me if I have to. I don't want to do it, but at least, they'll live. They won't like me, but they'll live if they come towards me. One of those things. You're learning how to work with it. You are learning how to work with it. It does keep going, and it keeps advancing. This is a longer reading. I mean, we put down a lot of cards. You're going to get more self-sufficient. There's always going to be that part that you don't really care for, but it goes from the Three of Swords down to the Four of Cups. So the Three of Swords is like, oh, I really don't want to deal with this. It's to me like a liver and onions meal. It's like, I can't eat that. I'm not gonna. I just won't eat. It's fine. It's like that type of, I don't like it. This is kind of like what else do? I don't usually eat fish, but so I'm trying to think of shrimp. I don't eat shrimp for whatever reason. This is kind of like, all right, this is a shrimp meal. I don't really care for it, but I can eat it. It's not as repulsive as liver, so I can eat it. And I can work around it. I can pick out stuff. If we have shrimp Alfredo, I can eat the shrimp. It's not that bad. I just don't enjoy it. I don't go towards it. It's kind of I can pick it out if I want to. So it's not, I still don't like it, but it's not like liver. I feel I hope that makes sense. It gets better, and you get used to it. And you're like, okay. There's going to be another evolution afterwards. Once you get used to it, there's another evolution, because I feel like your energy just kind of chills out for a while. Kind of it is what it is. It doesn't seem to bother you. Kind of you take it with a grain of salt. you got the Eight of Wands, something comes in fast. And I got the Justice card on the dice. So this person, this ally, has new ideas for you. Down the road, it may be a while down the road. I don't know. I feel like it's weird that I'm putting it in here, but it's showing up. That person is going to want to keep you in their back pocket. They're going to have new ideas, and they're going to bring forth even more ideas later on down the road. I think the point of this person is not that they're just going to benefit you here, but they're also they're going to bring more possibilities later on down the road. This person, once they see you and they see the value of you, they want to keep you close because you see things. You can figure out things that not everybody can, maybe hardly anybody can. And they're like, you're like their ace in the hole. They want to keep you close, and they're going to bring more opportunities down the road. I got messages too, which I just feel like they're going to keep in communication. Even if, for example, they go to a different job, they're going to keep connected with you in some way in social media. And in that new job, they'll be like, hey, Gemini, how much are you making there? Do you know, I think you can make at least 10,000 more or maybe even 20,000 more at this job a year. Maybe you want to consider it, and here's what I can show you, and here's what I can get you if you want to come and try it. Like, they're going to try to keep you around. They're going to kind of keep pulling you towards them. There will be this, I keep getting that they're going to give you an opportunity where you get to completely walk away from this situation. It's not anywhere soon. But down the road, they may get you an opportunity to completely walk away from this situation and have a whole new view of life and a whole new situation. So I feel like for Gemini, if this is really hitting, I feel like there's a high value to that for you. So they just wanted to add that in too. Anything else? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. It's James the number 4. astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.